Morning. Just woke up, and it's the best time to wake up because it's Friday and I'm not working. It's March break. Muffin and I are at the breakfast table. Muffin is begging for some biscuits as usual. Okay, Muffin. Okay. So so I just woke up and I usually do japa, which is repetitive chanting of a mantra, all the time. So basically, um, whenever I have nothing to think about and I'm on the road or at home or doing housework, and if I don't have to think about work or nothing, which I don't think about work, I really don't. I just keep repeating this mantra in my head. It is Manjushri's mantra. Om A Rapa Cha Nadi. Om A Rapa Cha Nadi. It's a 7-syllable mantra. That's all I do. It's like I am a lazy person. I do not like to think. So it's my way of just keeping the thoughts away. So yesterday was a very interesting day, so I wanted to recount the day. It's got several themes in this video. As you can tell, life is not a straight cut experience. And the universe and spirituality is very subtle. You have to reflect upon what happened, and there's a lot of invisible hands at play. One was the whole day was themed around, very interesting. First, going downtown is always a sure guarantee fact you're gonna meet strange, weird people. Some good, some strange and weird. So, morning Eva. Mas doing video. So started with being in the metro, and then a very eager priest, like I don't know, 50s, in his late 50s, preaching about Jesus out loud with his big Bible, going around from one wagon to the next wagon, about how Jesus is around us, amidst us, really out loud. And everyone was just kind of like looking away, looking embarrassed, because he was really in your face, right? And then the kids were extremely amused because they were with me. We're going downtown. And I was just amused. I felt like he was really on a mission. That's right. So what happens when you meet and encounter extroverted personalities on the street is you need to hone into your intuition. Is this person maleficent, bad intentions, or is this person with good intentions? So I tuned in to my heart. I was like, this guy is pretty okay. He really believes in his cause, and he could say whatever he wants to say, but he's not bad. Okay, so that's what I really felt. And he was really eager and enthusiastic, going around and around preaching. So at one point I just looked at him and I patted him on the shoulder and I was like, thank you, bro. And he was really happy, made his day. So why do I do that? It's because I checked in with my intuition. My intuition says, he's all right, the guy's all right. Again, when we were on the bus, and from far away, I saw this really tall guy with a face mask up to here, and with a big banner and a flag, flagging and waving like, I don't know what. And then the closer he got, we saw that he was saying like "Go Habs, go," which is the hockey team here in Montreal. And again, strong advocate, like, stopping traffic, go ahead, go. And he was like shouting. And there wasn't a bit of a intimidation at first, because you don't see this public stand for something. And with a mask, it's very intimidating. The guy was really tall and, young. And my kids were a little bit like, what the, they were a bit afraid as well. And as he got closer, and again, just tapping into the intuition, and he was all right as well. So I went close up because he was there, like looking at us, and I went, yeah, okay, go Habs, go. I have no idea what's hockey, or I'm not at all into the sports scene, but and I think that moment when you're close to that person, it's to check into your intuition with your chest. It's like to feel the resonance. And I felt like the resonance was okay. It was fine. He was an okay person, Yes, a little bit extreme, but he was okay. Felt warm. And so engaged in some conversation, and he walked merrily along his way. Sometimes, in the stations, you do meet with certain individuals. Like towards the end, when we took the bus, there was a certain individual who came in, and just the whole personality was off, and very attention seeking as well, and pretty off. And then sure enough started saying stuff that were, I don't know, talking to his friend, but it's like, I don't, this, the world, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that's it. It's like, I'm not here, okay? I'm not here. I'm not going to absorb your energy. Thank you very much. So I took the kids, and I was like, let's go over to the front end of the bus. I'm not there to listen in. I'm not there to entertain, nothing. Because we are sponges. As humans, we are sponges. And the more empathetic you are, the more you absorb and the more you receive those energies. So you don't want to be there and like absorbing. It's like, no, let's go. Enough. That one was a negative one. So, especially if you take the public transport, there's a lot of pros and cons. But I think the best pro is that you really come face to face with reality and society. Because we are living, some of us, very fortunately, in a castle, in very well-to-do neighborhoods, and we hardly see and feel the community. Whereas if you take the public transport, it is very humbling. You see all walks of life, and that is what reality really is. It's very grounding. And the other day, I saw the metros in Montreal are really deep, with big staircase and escalators, and it's really, really deep. And for people who are handicapped, on crutches, for old people, it's a huge struggle. It's really a daily grind for them. Unfortunately, they don't have the luxury to take the car, to take the public transport. This old man, I noticed, was with me at the same train and got off at the same stop, and then apparently took the same bus with me and stopped at the same stop when I was going home. So very tied up with the karma, I think I was meant to walk home that day to help him. And so I I noticed that he kept looking across the street, and he was really hobbling. And then I felt nudged to help him. I said, excuse me, you want to cross the street? And he spoke in French and said, yes, I do. So then he's like, yeah, but I can't see very well, and the cars are going fast, because they do, and it's at night. It's all pitch black, lots of sludgy snow. But I helped him across, and I realized that he was also half blind. The poor thing was half blind. And trying to cross the street must have been a really terrifying experience for him. I was just really happy, actually, that I just made a small contribution, because I was out doing public transport, my way of giving back, you know. But it felt really good, and I made sure that he was safe, asked how his name was, and made some friendly conversation. And then he looked at me like that and said, "You know, I'm sorry, but if I see you again, and I hope I see you again, I may not be able to recognize you because you can see that I'm quite blind." And I'm like, "Yeah, I can see that. That's all right." And his name was Marcel. So I advised Marcel to please put some reflective stickers on his jacket so that he would be safe. So yeah, my kids always say, "Ma, you're always talking to strangers on the road." But I do. I've been talking to strangers all the time since I was young, but it's because I check in with my intuition. And my intuition tells me if this person is all right, is a good soul, or it's like run far, far away from that person. You know, if you meet a bad egg and you meet some toxic individuals with a lot of entities around them, you know, like bad entities, you just want to like, "Sorry, mate," like going away from you, just walk away from them big time, you know. Shield your energy with light and chant a mantra, Om Arapa Chanadi. Um, and we were in Chinatown, and that's where I saw the invisible forces at work, the good and the evil. You know, it's incredible. It happened so fast, but it was like the the one homeless guy, full of bad spirits around him, lots of entities around him, hobbling, and then he just smashed a poster on the floor of a shop, and it created a huge sound, went boom like that. It's really, really bad energy. And I was like, "Oh my gosh." Then he walked away. And then minutes after, I heard a huge crash, and we all turned around, and we saw from above the building, down like two buildings down, all the snow just fell off, and there were not just snow but big chunks of ice blocks just fell down and made a huge crash down, thundering down. And there was this one guy standing right underneath, and all that snow and all that ice just fell around him, not touching him at all. It was like an angel who just came and protected him because he was not touched. And he just walked away very calmly, super chill. And that's when you see like how people are so protected, you know, by angels and by angelic forces all around. And it's just everywhere. You know, it's just everywhere. So for me, I just felt very much so that Chinatown is in Montreal is it's quite shadowy. It's quite dark. It's got a lot of dark memories. Not the best place to be. Really, I've always felt that. So I'm gonna be quite mindful next time. It's got a lot of good food, but it's not the best. Spiritually, it's not the best. So yeah, maybe I won't go there anymore. Let's see. Not make any promises, but be extremely mindful when you're out and about in public transport, in society, in the communities, and check in with your intuition always and your guides. If this is a safe place, if this is a good person, because you have to keep your eyes and your ears open and observe, but very important, your heart and your third eye open to feel and sense the energies that's happening all around, because they are all around. You don't want to absorb any of that in you. So you have to shield yourself. A lot of light. And when you do come across the crazies, which you inevitably do in public transport, is one, they actually could be good. They could be messiahs. They could be messengers of light and love, out on a mission with really a good intention, and then you welcome that, right? So you cannot treat everyone as bad. There's no blanket order here. You know, you cannot just blanket out and say all, you know, homeless are bad, or all this people who act weird are bad. some are actually not so bad. They're just a little bit extreme, but and some are. So don't fear them. Don't feed into the fear, because that's fear is their food. So don't ever fear and don't feed into their fear. Always have a mantra at bay, and use your intuition. And whatever it is, angels and higher guides are always there protecting you. But it works from the concept of free will. So if you want protection, just call in. Say, I'm asking for protection right now from my angels right now to come in right now. Protect me right now. I need protection. And they will come. They'll protect you. So use that intuition. So all to say that last night I had a beautiful dream, just to end it off. So been chanting Om Arapa Chanadi almost like the whole day, because I was out in transport and that was all I was doing. And I had a beautiful dream of seeing a Tibetan Buddhist temple with a huge Buddha, and there was also a guardian statue. It looks like one of the guardian angels, very fearsome looking Tibetan, with dark hair and like a mustache and like fierce looking, like guardian. And in my dream I felt like, oh yeah, I'm connected to him somehow. So I'll check it out, who that guardian spirit angel is, a warrior. And yeah, I will. And I was really happy to see the temple, and I was like praying. I was actually praying. So lucky. I've been visiting temples in my dream. And I woke up, and instead of waking up with Om Arapa Chanadi, which I usually do, I woke up with a song in my head. I've been singing that song continuously in my dream until I woke up, and the song is a kindergarten song. It's the more we get together, the more we get together, the merrier we'll be, because your friend is my friend is your friend. So the more we get together, the merrier we'll be. It's song of unity. And I think that's where, the human collective, we are much better off together when we work together, and that your friend is my friend and my friend is your friend. So in a way, it's not like my religion's better than your religion, or your religion's better than my religion, or all faiths, all spiritual faiths in this world all point to one direction, and that's love, tolerance, acceptance, and a belief in a higher force than our egoic self. So we should, and that's where it's a call for us to join hands and age back to innocence and be happy together. We're much stronger than being divided and, pitching wars towards one another. We should work together and be happy together. And that there's no separation. It's like your friend is my friends and my friends are your friends. Yeah, and we should get together. So yeah, going out into the metro and the public transport, the more we get together, the merrier we'll be, because we see each other, we feel for each other, than isolating yourself into your tiny cocoon of comfort zone. And that's a very, very long video. I wish you a beautiful day. Bye.